Right, so what I'm going to be doing in this video is taking out the Mark 7 dash, which I've fitted into my ST150, and going back to a Mark 6 dash. This is purely down to personal preference. I'm not too keen on the Mark 7 dash in there. I'd rather go back to Mark 6 dash. When you're doing conversion, you can use a Mark 6 dash. There's a bit more work to it involved. There's going to have to be bits fabricated to take the e-pass steering column, and I'm going to have to cut a bit at the middle, but I'll be showing that along the way. What I will do though in this video is I'll show the modifications that you need to do to fit the Mark 7 dash in if you're doing this conversion and want to put the dash in. Right, so to give you a better idea of what needs done to get a Mark 7 dash in, you're going to have to modify it a wee bit. Now, the Mark 6, what happens is the panel underneath the windscreen comes out like that, so you're going to need to cut a section away there in each end. You're going to need to trim the dash because the Mark 7 dash is longer, and you're going to have to cut away these air ducts to actually get back far enough. You can go down the route of moulding it with a heat gun and pushing it over, but it takes quite a bit of time. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to cut, there's a part here that goes through onto the firewall of the Mark 7 with one bolt through it. That needs to be completely away, and then again you're going to cut this end off here. There's a piece that sticks out like that on the Mark 7, so you're needing that away to get round that same bit that comes down for the windscreen. What I'm going to do now is take all of that wiring off and mount it to the Mark 6. I'm going to be using the power steering column as well, and this cuts right out into these down spars on the Mark 6, so I'm going to have to cut in to where it's going to protrude and get brackets made up, because the Mark 6 comes straight down here, whereas these ones bend up the way, but we'll get that sorted out. This is just a wee quick one. So when you fit the 6-speed gear selector mechanism in this, there is a wee bit of difference made. You can see where the Mark 6 one sits there compared to the 180. What I've done is I've fitted riv nuts in there, drilled right through, stuck a couple of riv nuts in. You'll see people making brackets for them to lift it up a bit. I'll wait and see how it goes before I do anything like that. With the cables themselves, I cut up the 150 ones and fitted the sleeve from the 150 onto the 180. So you can see I'm going to be able to move that up and bolt it in the original place and get that hole plugged up. So that's the Mark 6 crossbar in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer the steering column up to it, and you'll be able to see what I mean by where it actually mounts the Mark 7 with that kind of upward swing at the back. Then I'll need to go over it, put all the wiring loom in place from the dash for the dash loom. If you look at this, you can see here where the Mark 7 loom all comes through one side, the Mark 6 goes down both sides, so I've got a hole to plug over there that I've not done yet. So I'll get all of that done while the dash is out, and I'll give you a wee update once the brackets are in place.